So my friends, it appears I kicked a hornet's nest over on X today when I simply stated that I would like a third-person camera, over-the-shoulder camera on Cyberpunk 2077. Well, alright my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and let's get into this today. So, I have been supporting Cyberpunk 2077 since the day it launched. I have since bought 4 copies of it. I own it on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and now Nintendo Switch too. And so I was thinking, and I've been thinking this for a long time, and there's, I don't understand why there's so much freaking stupid pushback over this. Like, I really don't get it. But Cyberpunk 2077 clearly was designed as a first-person shooter. Like, we all know that. We all seen that. But, you know, there are reasons. There are valid reasons why they should do a third-person, not necessarily like super far back, swing away camera where you just seeing the person running down the street, because I kind of feel like the scale of the game wouldn't really be good with that. But if they did like a highly stylized third person over the shoulder camera to where you're like, you can see like your character really good, but you can still see the background, and it's just got like this nice contrasted, you know, image quality to it, I think that Cyberpunk would be a lot better if it had the option to switch between the two. Now, main reasons I want it is because I like to explore open world games and I like to be in the worlds, and I don't really like that freaking first person view for open world games. I absolutely, it's probably one of the things that I'm like, oh my gosh, I would much rather deal with a Oblivion freaking animations than play games, open world games in the first person view. Like, I've tried multiple times. I've tried games like Far Cry. I've tried Avatar. I've tried so many games to try to play them in first person. I just can't. Like, I don't get that sense of exploration or wonder or anything that I would normally get. Now, I know there's a lot of purists out there that are like, no man, we gotta have the first person, and no, they're not doing it. Why would they do that? And it's like, look man, I personally think that CDPR would sell significantly more copies. There was an absolute, and I'm not even joking, there was a time in my gaming life that I passed on every first-person shooter. Literally every one of them. I passed on all of them up until, I would say, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was the first one I was actually able to get into and start playing and not get sick. So it's been since then that I've actually been like, okay, you know, and then there was that longer period where I wouldn't even buy them day one. I would wait until they were used and then I would pick them up. But now it's to the point where I will buy first-person shooters day one. I do enjoy a lot of them. I do enjoy, you know, games that are in the first-person camera now. Like, I have gotten used to it, and I do appreciate those. But games like Cyberpunk, where you actually have the ability to change your character's style and all of that stuff, we need the option to be able to see. Now, for me, exploration and combat, I absolutely would love a third-person, over-the-shoulder camera view that I can switch between the two if I want to be in first person or if I want to be in third person. And I don't think that it's a super hard task for CDPR to do it. You got to understand, that game would legitimately be nothing. Absolutely nothing if us fans wouldn't have stood by it. Us fans wouldn't have stood by that game if content creators like me didn't post multiple freaking videos on Cyberpunk. I guarantee it. Like, Cyberpunk is one of my highest, like, those videos are some of my highest viewed videos on the channel. And obviously, if it wasn't for content creators like me continuing to put out content for the fan base that actually stuck with them, Cyberpunk would be nothing, man. It would have died just like freaking Mind's Eye just died. It would have died and it would have been gone. But unfortunately, CDPR was willing to stick it out and keep putting it out. And we kept, every time we got a new update, making more content for it, showing people that it's better, going out of our way. I mean, there's like the NPCs in that game are still some of the dumbest NPCs on the planet. And, you know, it is starting to get a little bit long in the tooth when it looks like, when you look at the visuals and stuff. I mean, but it does have all these amazing ray tracing features and all of that you can take advantage of on the PC platform. So all I'm saying is, like, look, We stood by you, CDPR, when you put out the game, when you send it out to die broken and half on life support, and we stood by you. We stood by you, and there's a lot of fans out there, because I got a whole bunch of them over on X right now. That tweet blew up. There's a whole bunch of people out there that feel the same way I do. There's a lot of people that don't care and don't want it, and they don't have to have it, but this is an option for people like me that absolutely want that. And we want, especially in a game like Cyberpunk 2077. This is a feature that would not only make them more money because more people would buy the game. I guarantee there's people out there that just completely pass on it just because it doesn't have that. Even like the Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8. Yeah, Resident Evil Village, whatever. That game came out and they brought out a freaking third-person view. A lot more people played it. It looks good. It worked nicely. And I'm like, look, man, if Resident Evil can bring that out, then freaking CDPR should be able to do that. I know that Cyberpunk 2077 has sold significantly better than Resident Evil Village. Significantly better. There's no excuse for them to not be able to go out and build and build like a freaking third-person view. Like there's no reason why they can't do that. Now, in terms of other features that I would like to see in the Cyberpunk 2.3 update, I would really like to see FSR 4 fully supported, fully freaking from the ground up, have actual native support for that. I mean, I can put it in there on OptiScaler, but I would like to see actual FSR 4 support and fix the damn FSR 3 for my 7000 series, brothers. Because look, just because there's not as many of us AMD fans, we are there and we do play your games and we do support you. So yeah, we want the features that are going to help make our experience better on our choice of hardware. So I would like to see CDPR stop taking these freaking deals with NVIDIA, or take the deals but don't cut out the AMD guys, man. We are just as important as all of the NVIDIA guys that buy 60 series cards that can barely use the features that you're putting in there. So yeah, make it fair, make it better. Other than that, guys, maybe like rework the NPCs. I'd like to see that. I mean, they are some of the dumbest NPCs on the planet. There's still bugs and glitches and clipping and people walking through the floor and stuff like that. Like I said, I do a lot of exploring. I'm out there always looking for stuff. And so, you know, yeah, just some quality of life kind of stuff that I would like to see come to Cyberpunk while they're working on the next game. Now, I know that my asks are controversial, but there's a lot of people out there that probably feel the same way I do about Cyberpunk 2077. We just want a game. We just want the game to continue to evolve and get better. We want to play it. We want to be in the world. I want to be in the world. I want to walk around and do things, but I want a third person. I want a third person camera. I do. I absolutely want that. I don't even care if it's got, I would say I don't care if it's got janky animations, but come on, man. We're talking about Cyberpunk. Put your best foot forward. Get out there, create some, go into the studio, get us some cool animations, you know, like jumping over cars and, you know, ducking and like, you just get us some cool animations, man. We need that. We deserve that. I think it would be a huge boon to the overall experience that Cyberpunk has to offer. Give us the freedom to have a third-person camera. I think it would absolutely transform that game. So guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me hear your feedback in the comment section on this. I would absolutely like to see if there's any other people out there that agree with me, that would like to see some of these basic changes come to the game and have them do a good job on it. Have them do a good job on it, man. A third person, kind of close up, over the shoulder, would not detract from the overall experience. Still leave those precious scenes that are first person only in first person. Like we know how we've seen other studios do the whole camera cut thing. It's possible. So yeah, put some work into this. Make it a good update, and then you'll sell more copies, and the game will continue to sell. It'll continue to be talked about. It'll continue to be in the news cycles, and that's very hard for games these days. Apparently, like it is very hard. Everybody is out there to trash these games ever since Cyberpunk. So yeah, all right guys, we'll see you in the next one.